What is going on, guys? This is Michael Williams from Cartoon Universe, and I am joined here, of course, by Haley.
Hey everyone.
And we're going to discuss the recent Storm in the Room leaks that came out just last night. We have, of course, as is tradition at this point, the first 2 minutes of the episode and some images to go along with it. So if you don't want to see anything from this episode until it comes out, you've been warned. There will be spoilers ahead. So the clip starts out with it seems like it's the same day as the new Crystal Gems before the flashback, because Steven's still in his zoo clothes, which is strange. I guess he's really digging them. I guess they're comfortable. And Connie's about to leave, and she walks out the door, or she opens the door, and she's wondering where her mother is, and she calls her mom, and she doesn't answer. Which is like slightly worrying, but not a big deal. Everything will be fine. So Steven invites her to stay. They'll hang out a little bit, and they're playing Mad Libs. And Connie's mom still doesn't answer. Connie's getting really worried. She's like tapping her foot. She's like very fidgety, and she calls her mom again. She doesn't answer, and then the clip basically cuts. So I'm thinking that this might be the catalyst for why Steven goes into Rose's room to like get answers or whatever, because Connie probably feels like she's really worried about her mother, and she probably expresses that to Steven, and Steven kind of wishes he could like connect with his mom, and the gems are gone, so he feels like he might as well just go into the room. So what do you think of that?
Yeah, that's actually a really interesting point you bring up. Like, he's probably going to look for some motherly advice from his mom, and this is even though it's a creation of the room, it won't technically be Rose. It could maybe still give off some good advice or be close to what Rose is, but obviously something is going to go wrong, or it's not going to go as planned, as we can see in the pictures, but also like from other instances. Every time Steven goes into the room, something bad always happens. I guess he hasn't learned that by now.
That's a good point.
Yeah, so yep, that's kind of expected at this point.
Yeah, I guess he wanted to try it again because like he's more in tune with his powers or whatever. But I guess since he's talking to his mother, it's kind of more complicated. But an interesting little detail that I actually forgot to talk about was Steven and Connie, they're alone. The gems are gone. So this could be just a regular generic mission, but I'm hoping that this is actually them going back for the rubies. That would make the most sense because as we saw in the new Crystal Gems, they didn't get the rubies, they didn't have the rubies, they were nowhere to be found. But yeah, so like hopefully Garnet or someone was like, oh, we have to get them for someone finds them, because they know that the diamonds are going to be coming back to Earth for more humans, for the zoo. So hopefully they're like, all right, we got to make sure they don't snitch on us. Do you think they'll be getting the rubies, or do you think that's something we'll see later?
I was thinking later. That was like totally quick, but I didn't actually consider that. I did consider that, like, I saw a lot of people were saying that, oh, maybe Connie's mom was taken by the diamonds, which obviously also would be really quick. Of course, they could travel really fast, but
right.
It doesn't seem like they do things that quickly.
Yeah, I don't think that would be the case, because I feel as though, because like if this is going to be about Steven going into Rose's room, I feel like Connie most likely will get picked up by her mom. And also, I feel like that's going to be the center of the conflict. I don't think it's going to be really, I don't think it's going to drive away from that and focus on Connie's missing mother, who was stolen by a gem. I think that would be really left field, especially considering Beach City seems to be more so the center of everything. And I feel like if Connie's mom got kidnapped, because they're like an hour or two away from Beach City. So unless Connie's mom drove there and they kidnapped her along with the car, that's the only thing that would make sense. But yeah, I don't think she's missing. I think she just I actually have no idea. She got caught up with work or something happened. Probably. Something that wasn't a big deal. But I think this is more so serving the catalyst for Steven to kind of want to connect with his mother.
Agreed.
Yeah. Okay, so we moving on to the pictures. The first picture we see Steven, he looks pretty bummed out about something, like likely the whole not being able to connect with his mother thing. He's finally taking his zoo clothes off. He's taking off the earrings. I wonder if they get reception. I wonder if that's going to be a thing later. Like,
that'd be really interesting.
Yeah, because it's like the gems are magic, so it's like possible that might be able to communicate somehow to the zoo, maybe. So that might actually serve a purpose in a later episode. And then the other picture is just Steven going over the Mad Lib. We saw that in the clip. And then the picture after that, Connie's kind of like confessing her emotions, and Steven's like there for her. Feeling like very sentimental, which again kind of supports that theory. And then the next picture is weird.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Yeah, Steven's all wet for some reason. His clothes is all wet, his hair is all wet, his face is like he's just covered in water. So, not sure why. Could be that it started raining and he needed it. Yeah, like he needed to like get its clothes. Like it probably started raining after Connie left or something. And he needed to get his clothes, and they were probably hanging from the gem, the temple hand or whatever. So they got all wet. So Steven got wet while trying to get his clothes. So he's just wearing wet clothes now, I guess. I don't know why he wouldn't just wear his regular clothes. So I don't know what else this could be. He was in the bathroom, so maybe he fell in the tub. Like I have no idea what that would be. Why do you think he's covered in water?
I don't know. It's like so white that it doesn't even look like water to me. But I mean, I guess that's how they're. I don't know. This doesn't make any sense. But yeah, you pointed out that obviously he needs to get clothes from somewhere, and I mean, he's supposed to have like a ton of those shirts, but
yeah. Maybe they're all wet.
They're all wet. Yeah.
Because I don't know. I mean, you said it's white, but I think that's just to emphasize the shine. I think, but unless it's milk.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Yeah. It's not snowing or anything.
That's like really random. But he's like super sad, so he's probably really in his feels right now. And then the next picture, we have a not so flattering picture of Rose.
Wow.
She looks kind of like just not all there for some reason. I think that just might be a weird frame.
Yeah, I was thinking, or it could be that somehow the room just doesn't make her look exactly like the thing. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess we'll find out. But yeah, Rose is here. She's talking to Rose. What a surprise.
Never guessed that one.
Yeah. So I'm not sure how this works exactly, because Steven can kind of manifest what he wants through the room because of Rose. So it kind of gets meta when the room is manifesting the thing that it was built for, or the person it was built for. So it's like kind of weird and complicated. I don't know if this serves as like maybe Rose left sort of like a journal type of thing for Steven, which is possible. She like kind of manifested a kind of confession, heart talk for Steven within the room potentially. But we know Steven kind of tells the room what he wants, so I'm curious as to how he's going to get concrete information through just the room itself.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I mean, the room is very smart, so that is, it's possible that information could be helpful from it.
Yeah, it's very weird. Next picture is just clouds. Nothing to talk about. They're just clouds. And then the next picture, we see a really feely picture of Steven and Rose sitting in the room, and it's just so like surreal seeing just the two of them, even though that's not actually Rose. Like, it's so crazy to actually see Steven and Rose just kind of having a moment as much as they possibly can.
Yeah, it actually reminds me of like Lion King when he's just showing his son the whole tried lands, and this is the room.
Yeah. Everything the clouds touch is
yes,
ours.
So the whole room, it's yours.
Yeah, so I'm very curious as to what they're talking about. And then we see another picture of Steven wanting to ask something, it looks like, or saying something, or reacting to something like very heavy. And Rose's face is kind of cut off, which has been kind of a running theme with Rose. Which like I think alludes to her overall mystery of her character and the secrets she's kept, and the somewhat shady past that she has that we found out within recent episodes. And then we see the money shot. This shot is crazy, man.
Storm in the room.
Yeah. We see everything got dark, and Steven's like on his knees, and Rose is like floating, and it's just like super creepy and scary and like epic and emotional, and it's just insane. So I have no idea what's happening. I feel like this could be a couple of things. This could be Steven like maybe seeing his mother as not so good, and he's subconsciously manifesting that within the room, or he sees himself as a failure to what Rose would have wanted for some reason, and he's manifesting that. What do you think this is?
I feel like he said something, or did something that made the room act like this, because like it's always like something. He does something where it kind of glitches or something.
Yeah.
So with that in mind, perhaps that's what happened. But yeah, maybe like you said, I didn't think of that. It could be his mind making that happen and not the room itself.
Yeah, I'm curious as to what he could say for that to even happen. Another possibility is this isn't as scary as it looks, which I doubt. This could be Rose's whatever figure manifesting or creating some type of like image for Steven to see the past or something like that, I guess is a possibility. Or maybe even like live in it, sort of like similar to Harry Potter, where they like go into literal memories and like watch it as if they're there. This could be a similar thing potentially that she's creating, but I have absolutely no idea.
Yeah, same. Pretty much.
So this is the storm in the room, and I think also another point arguing that it might actually be raining outside is that would kind of be a double entendre sort of type of thing with the title of the thing. Okay.
Yeah, so like Steven, I guess, invades the room, but also it's raining in the room. So
yes, and it's also emotional in the room.
Yes.
An emotional storm. But yeah, I don't think there's anything else. I think, obviously the common assumption is that Steven is going to be talking to Rose about Pink Diamonds and what really happened. So I hope we actually get some solid answers. Maybe we get some answers about Lion. I'm not sure what else there would really be. It's probably going to be mostly focused around Pink Diamond, the zoo, the start of the rebellion. So we might actually get some serious development and information on the overall lore here. Do you think it could be anything else, or do you think that's pretty much what will be covered?
Yeah. I mean, he could be dealing with some issues like with his current issues here he has about his mom and stuff. But I mean, obviously, I would like to see also learning more about what happened in the past and lore stuff, of course.
Yeah, and that's what I'm curious about. Like, I think what's going to happen is he'll probably go there just to kind of see if he could talk to her, just on a son to mother type of basis, based off of Connie and Connie's reaction to her mother not answering the phone. He'll feel kind of like left out. And this has been a running theme as well with like Connie and her mother. We kind of got alluded to that in Nightmare Hospital, where Connie was having a moment with her mom, and Steven had his own internal moment with Rose via the sword, basically, like hugged the sword. So I think this is like the accumulation of that and him finally wanting to just talk to Rose, and then he'll have the idea to ask about Pink Diamond, and that's when things get bad.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. But I think that pretty much covers it. This episode's coming out in 3 days. So do you have any other final thoughts, Haley?
No, I think we pretty much covered that.
Yep, yeah, I'm really excited for this episode.
Oh, yeah.
This is going to be really, really intense. And we need answers. It's time.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, I'm actually low-key hoping for some Lion stuff, because it's season 4. We still don't know what the deal with Lion is.
Who knows when that's gonna happen? Yeah.
Yeah, that might be like an end, like last few episodes type of thing, but we'll see. This is probably gonna be mostly about Pink Diamond, unless they're connected, which is definitely possible. But yeah, this looks like a really good episode, really emotional, and can't wait to see it. And we'll do a secrets and analysis video on this episode the day of the episode on Friday, so that evening we'll release our thoughts and try to break it down best we can. But thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you follow us on Twitter to keep up to date, especially with recent events that have been going on for the future. Definitely follow us on Twitter to be updated when we can't do a video or whatever. But shout out to our patrons as usual, and thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace.
Bye.